from High Plains Radio and 101.1 KFNF. Listen online at highplainsradio.net, through the KFNF mobile app, or watch live on the 101.1 KFNF YouTube channel. Oberlin Red Devil Baseball is on the air. Coverage of Oberlin Red Devil Baseball is brought to you in part by
Aqua Shield Roofing, Creative Collision, Colligan of Oberlin, Decatur Co-op, Decatur County Beef, Decatur Health, FNB Bank of Oberlin, Farm Credit of Western Kansas, Frederickson Insurance Agency, High Plains Podiatry, Next Tech, Nutrient Ag Solutions of Oberlin, R&M Service Center, Ray's Grocery, The Bank, Ward Drug, and United Northwest Federal Credit Union.
Let's go out live to the diamond. Here's Sam Knoll.
Hi again, everybody, and welcome here from Oberlin, where we get another edition of Oberlin Red Devil Baseball here on today's Best Country 101.1 KFNF. I'm Sam Knoll, giving you all the play-by-play action as the Red Devils host their first ever baseball game in history, as they played their first game in history last week in Scott City, and now they get to host their first ever home game, taking on a rival from just down the road, the Colby Eagles. Should be a good one today, as it looks like that forecast of rain still around, but for the most part, the sunny skies currently at the moment, but do have kind of a cloud system that could be making its way in. But other than that, it's a beautiful day for baseball here in Oberlin. The Colby Eagles come in with a record already of 2-0 on the season. They took down Goodland their last time out there last week on Thursday. They took down the Cowboys 11-1 in Game 1 and 4-1 in Game number 2 to start 2-0. It's the second time that they've started 2-0 now in back-to-back seasons. So good job for the Eagles, off to a great start once again, coming off of a 13-9 season last year. As for the Oberlin Red Devils, it was a tough go of it last week down there Tuesday for their first games of the season, taking on a tough Scott City Beaver team, as the Red Devils would drop both games of the doubleheader, losing Game 1 22-0 and losing Game 2 20-3, but really looked and showed a lot of improvement even as the day went on, and that's kind of how the season is going to be all the way throughout the year this year. Talked with head coach Josh Fortin. He said, we're just looking for improvement from day to day, and they certainly got that even by the end of the game, as the Red Devils were able to put up their first runs after being held scoreless there until the third inning of the final game. They were able to put up 3 runs there and kind of really attack Scott City with the bats, as well as having some great vision, getting some walks and getting on base, and they'll try to certainly do that again here today against these Colby Eagles. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we will sit down and talk with head coach of the Red Devils, Josh Fortin. That's coming up next here on 101.1 KFNF.
Here come the men in black trucks for all your home needs.
Say no to bad roofs. Say yes to Aqua Shield Roofing. With over 17 years of providing A-plus services. Roofs, siding, gutters, windows, doors, and spray foam insulation. Plus, Aqua Shield Roofing offers a workmanship warranty. For your free estimate, give them a call at 785-475-2533. AquashieldRoofing.com.
Here come the men in black trucks for all your home needs.
Today on Hey Culligan, reverse to reduce. Here's Bob.
Hey, Colgan, I love fresh water, but I got plastic bottles coming out.
Whoa, Bob, you are not kidding about the bottles. But did you know Culligan's reverse osmosis and always-on drinking water systems provide fresh, clean, delicious drinking water and help reduce the equivalent of over 15 billion plastic bottles from landfills worldwide?
Holy, fresh, environmentally friendly drinking water. Am I right?
Right, Bob. And we're already on the way.
Call Matt Osmeyer at 785-475-2471. Your local dealer for Rollins, Decatur, and Norton counties.
Time to sit down and get the thoughts from the head coach on today's Best Country 101.1 KFNF.
Welcome back into our pregame show as we get you set and ready to go for our first Oberlin Red Devil baseball game of the season as the Red Devils battle it out with Scott City in their first game of the season. We're joined alongside with head coach of the Red Devils, Josh Fortin. Boy, Coach, this whole thing I know has been in the works for a year or more or so, but it's kind of crazy that the first game of Oberlin Red Devil baseball is here. I know you guys play in the summer a little bit, but first true high school baseball game. It's crazy. It's here, I'm sure, isn't it?
Yes. It's been a lot of work getting prepared, and we've got a great group of kids, and we're really excited to get this started here in Oberlin.
And, you mentioned all the kids. What are the numbers looking like for you this year? Are you kind of liking where the roster's at as you make your way into the first game?
We've got a great group of kids. We should have 11 young men out. We were hoping for a couple more, but, the group we have has been a plum joy to work with here this spring. And I've coached quite a few of them in the past with K-18 and even our 4th through 6th grade leagues, clear back into coach's pitch. And we've got just a real good group of young men.
And you mentioned that, even though Oberlin hasn't had a high school baseball team, you guys have been able to play K-18, and like you said, through the city and stuff like that as well. So you've been able to have these guys playing baseball before, so that's got to give you a little experience going into the season, right?
Yeah, it helps. It really does help. And there was a group of parents that was really interested in pushing for this. Having this opportunity for some of these young men is just the biggest deal for me. I mean, you don't have to be 6'3" or 4 and 220 pounds to, possibly get a scholarship and further your education in college playing baseball. Just hard work and we've got a lot of interest in it all the way down through the coach pitch level. We've got a great group of kids playing with us currently, and it's going to keep growing, I believe, as we go along here with these younger kids coming up.
And I know you've had a couple of weeks of practice so far, obviously dealing with the elements a little bit in there, but what have you liked from the team so far in these first few practices?
Just the fact of how they all show up and they hustle all the time. They're always working hard. Of course, with a little rust on, after coming through the winter, trying to get arms into shape is, one of the biggest things of making sure we have good arm care and take care of that. And just getting back into it because, up here in Northwest Kansas, a lot of these young boys don't have the opportunity of, like Eastern Kansas, Central Kansas, to go play ball all summer long and on travel teams and whatnot. We are fortunate to be able to do the K-18 and the 4th through 6th, and so this is just another opportunity, and I just am thrilled with how hard these boys have worked so far this spring.
And you mentioned a roster of 11. Obviously, probably all of them have their special talents and stuff like that. But who's kind of been maybe some of the bright stars so far through the first couple of weeks?
Well, you've got some of the young men that you talk about on the radio playing basketball. We got Tyler Osmeyer. We've got Caden Shaw that's got a lot of experience. Caden's pitched for us, clear into K-18 and all through the younger boys. We got a couple young men that's never tried catching before, but we got Jason Canto that's really working hard at learning that position and been doing a fantastic job. Theo Butterfield just hustles all the time. If he's going, it's at a run and just a great attitude. Mitchell Wasson shows up, works hard, a good athlete, a good kid. Bryson Kettrell, Hayden Allen, good athletes, show up, work hard every day. They've been a joy.
And have to be pleased, obviously getting 7 games there on the schedule, all of them doubleheaders, so you're going to get 14 games this season. Hopefully the weather sticks out for all of them. You're able to get all of them in, but happy to have the schedule the way it is. You got Colby and Goodland and Scott City obviously on the schedule, some good teams there, and even some schools in Nebraska and Colorado. So have to be happy with the way the schedule turned out, too, kind of in the first season where you don't really know if you're going to get a ton of games, right?
Yes, and we were kind of fortunate it all kind of come together. I believe the state had expanded availability of games. It went from 18 to 25 or 26. So, we hit it just right where I feel like that probably helped us pick up a few more games as well, where the state before had only allowed the high school baseball to play 18 games and then expanded to 25 or 26 this year. So that was actually kind of the perfect storm to pick that up as well.
And for that first game of the season, we mentioned it, you're taking on a Scott community down there, making the trip down to Scott City. But overall, I mean, obviously there's going to be some mistakes. It's going to be your first game, but hoping to come out with a win against a tough team there in Scott City, right?
Oh yes, and they've had a program for a long time, and great athletes. Scott City's got athletes that you hear about all the time, whether it's basketball, football, wrestling. And so they've got experience. They know what they're doing going into the season, and we've had a lot to learn, and we've worked hard. And our biggest challenge, I would assume, would be our pitching as far as managing that and making sure that we keep working with these kids and keep strengthening those arms and developing the pitching. From the first of the year, I would assume from the first of the year when we play to the end of the year, we'll see a lot of different young men pitch, and it'll look a lot different hopefully here in a couple of weeks, and we'll just keep getting better.
Well, Coach, thanks for being able to sit down and chat. We appreciate it, and good luck.
Thank you.
When you think of Decatur Co-op, do you think about grain? Feed your livestock, horses or pets, propane, supplies? How about tires? Yes, Decatur Co-op in Oberlin has a tire shop that specializes in tire repair, along with oil changes, exhaust, front-end alignment, and major mechanical work. Bet you didn't know all that. Well, now you know. And the next time you need any of those services, think of Decatur Co-op at the railroad tracks in Oberlin. Book your appointment. Call 785-475-2234.
Red Devil Athletics on today's Best Country, 101.1 KFNF.
Well, welcome back here from Oberlin. Just about set and ready to go between the Oberlin Red Devils and the Colby Eagles for today's double header. We'll have game number 1 coming up here, and then game number 2, 15-20 minutes to follow just after game number 1. And like I mentioned, beautiful day outside for baseball. There was a little bit of rain in the forecast. It's went down to about 10%, and the wind that we thought it was going to be out, it was supposed to be right around 20 to 30 miles an hour, even as high as 35, has really dropped down as well, as there's a periodical gust every once in a while here at the field in Oberlin. But other than that, it's pretty calm weather today, as they say the wind right around 10 to 20 miles an hour, and as I speak, one has just popped up a little bit, but it's kind of moving from home plate into the outfield, maybe from a little bit of right to left as well, kind of all around, but just enough of a breeze to maybe make it a little bit cool every once in a while. But other than that, beautiful day for baseball, sun poking through some of the gray clouds. Do have some gray clouds making their way in from the north here, and hopefully they are not bringing any rain. That is for sure during the middle of this game. They can after the games get over, but during the middle of the games, hopefully they're not bringing any rain. Let's take you through our starting lineups here today. We'll start with the Colby Eagles. Batting first and playing second base, it'll be Braxton Whittington. Batting second, playing first base, Talon Andreessen. Batting third and playing in center field, Max Kernsbach. Batting fourth and playing shortstop, Braden Foss. Batting fifth and pitching today will be Corbin Curry. Batting sixth and playing in left field, Talon Wark. Batting seventh and DHing today will be Keegan Glassman. Batting eighth and catching, Kason Schramel, and batting ninth and playing in right field is Reed Ryan. Once again for the Colby Eagles, Whittington, Andreessen, Kersenbach, Foss, Curry, Wark, Glassman, Schramel, and Ryan. And once again on the hill today for the Colby Eagles is Corbin Curry. Curry so far this season 0-0 with a 0 ERA, just one appearance. He's went one inning, gave it up 0 hits, 0 runs, 0 earned, no walks, and no strikeouts. And his one appearance came against Goodland in game number 1 against them. For the Oberlin Red Devils today, their starting lineup looks like this. Batting first and catching, Caden Sowers. Batting second and playing in center field, Hayden Allen. Batting third and playing in left field, Mitchell Watson. Batting fourth and playing shortstop, Josiah Pattengall. Batting fifth and playing first base, Tyler Osmeyer. Batting sixth and playing in right field, Jason Canto. Batting seventh and playing second base, Bryson Kettrell. Batting eighth and pitching, Caden Shaw. And batting ninth and playing third base, Garrett Emick. Once again for the Red Devils, Sowers, Allen, Watson, Pattengall, Osmeyer, Canto, Kettrell, Shaw, and Emick. And on the hill today for Caden Shaw going through his warm-up pitches right now. He's 0-1 on the season. Took the loss in game number 1 of the year, where really pitched well in the first inning. In the second inning, just that arm just got a little bit tired, you could tell, and had a tough go of it there in the second inning against the Scott City Beavers. But in overall that day, pitched one true inning in the scorebook, pitched into the second, but didn't record an out. So therefore, does not go down as a part of an inning or inning pitch. But he's got 1 inning pitch so far in the year, 7 hits, 14 runs. He's given up 12 earned, 5 walks, and 1 strikeout, and really looking to change that around. Same with the Oberlin pitching staff, and kind of talked with the coach, Josh Fortin. He said that's going to be the uphill battle this year, kind of getting arms in shape, as a lot of the teams we're playing have been able to do that, while everybody else has been playing basketball here in Oberlin or wrestling, so it's been a little bit tougher to get those arms into shape, but over the next couple of weeks, I'm sure they will, and be primed and ready to go right before the postseason. Caden Sowers has thrown the ball down to second. It's coming back into Caden Shaw, and we are set and ready to go for baseball from Oberlin. First ever home baseball game in Oberlin Red Devil history, and Caden Shaw will deliver the first pitch to Braxton Woodington. And Shaw winds and delivers the first pitch, and it's on the inside corner, called for a ball, and the count goes to 1 ball and no strikes. Colby wearing the white jerseys with the white pants. The jerseys have Colby scripted across the front in cursive. They got black sleeves with a little bit of orange tucked underneath them, and here's the pitch. This is swung on and driven high and deep out into left field, and camping right underneath it to make the catch out there is Mitchell Watson, and there is out number 1, and Whittington hit that on a string right at Mitchell Watson, and there is out number 1. And we kind of mentioned it. We played that interview with head coach Josh Fortin from before the first game there against Scott City. Was able to talk to him a little bit going into this one, and 3 more players have joined the team, so got a good number out as well. Here's the pitch from Caden Shaw, and it's in there for a strike to Talon Andreessen. Andreessen so far of the year, 167 average. No homers, couple of RBIs as he twirls the bat a couple of times. Red Devils wearing the traditional unis that they wore last week as well, as Shaw winds and delivers the next pitch. It's a hot shot down the third base line, and foul, as they'll let that ball go and roll up against the left field side. So digging it back in here will be Andreessen, but for the Red Devils, it's the red pants with the pinstripes, white stripe down each side. And here's Shaw's next pitch. That's in the dirt for a ball. The count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike here. As the tops for the Red Devils, the gray tops with the Red Devils scripted across the front, white Red Devils etched in red, and then they have the red sleeves with the red hats. And Shaw winds and delivers the next pitch, and that one is on the inside corner, called for a ball. Count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Andreessen will dig back in after Whittington led off the inning with a great hit. He put a good piece of the barrel on it, but just hit it right at Mitchell Watson and left. And here's the pitch. That one's high for a ball, and the count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Caden Shaw, one of the most experienced pitchers on the team, and like I mentioned, had a great first inning down there in Scott City, but that second inning, you could tell that arm was getting a little tired after he made it kind of past the 50 pitch mark. Here's the pitch, and that one's on the inside corner, ball number 4, and Andreessen has himself a walk after getting out of the count early, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Andreessen with his first walk of the day, and I'm sure that's something Josh Fortin and that pitching staff really worked on in practice over the last couple of days, or since that Tuesday day, was limiting the walks, as the Red Devils dealt out a total of 20 walks that day against the Scott City Beavers, and they've dealt out 1 here. Digging in now for the Eagles is 3-hole hitter Max Karsenbach, and here's the first pitch to him, and it's right down the middle for strike number 1. Great pitch from Caden there after kind of losing that last at bat as he kicks the dirt around there and working out of the stretch. Taking off his lead at first is Andreessen for the Eagles. Shaw comes set, checks the runner, winds and delivers outside for a ball. Shaw throws it down to second base, and Josiah Pattengall rips it out of the sky, jumping up about 8 feet is what it seemed like to get it, to avoid it going into center field, but it is a stolen base for Talon Andreessen. And Andreessen now sits on second base here for the Eagles. And at the plate, 3-hole hitter Carson Bach. Here's the pitch to him, and Carson Bach swings, rolls it over towards third. Picked up by Emick, checks the runner, fires it to first in time. And there is out number 2 of the inning. Great play there by Garrett Emick as he just looked the runner down over there at second and then fired it across the diamond for out number 2 of the inning. So now at the plate will be Braden Foss. Foss at shortstop today for the Eagles will dig in as the 4-hole hitter. Foss, 500 average, no homers, no RBIs on the year, and has a chance to get that first one here. The first pitch to him is in the dirt for a ball as it skips in front of home plate. So runner on second base for the Eagles. Top of the first inning, 0-0 score between Oberlin and Colby. And if Oberlin can keep this baseball program growing, I wouldn't be surprised to see this become quite the rivalry over the next few years. As Shaw comes set, checks the runner down at second, winds and delivers the next pitch, and it's outside for ball number 2. So, like I mentioned, you have a few new players on the roster for the Red Devils from Game 1 to Game 2. Caden Sowers, who is behind the dish. Garrett Emick, who's over at third. Josiah Pattengall, who is over at short. All 3 of those guys joined after the first game and were welcomed with open arms. Josh Fortin kind of talked to him and said, "You're always looking for guys, right?" As that pitch is on the inside corner, but it actually hits the elbow pad that Braden Foss was wearing, and so he will take off towards first, being hit by the pitch. And that is not the way that Caden Shaw wanted that at bat to go after he was able to get a ground out there and try to get out of the inning with only a runner on second base and nobody coming home. But that's the most important part. You got nobody home so far. Shaw still working out of the stretch, and he will face 5-hole hitter Corbin Curry. And Curry, who stands just as tall as Tyler Rossmeyer, wiggles the bat, and the first pitch to him is fouled off. And Curry will be the one to take to the rubber for the Eagles in the bottom half of the first. Visiting half of the first here, still 0-0 score. Runners on first and second base for the Eagles. Curry at the plate. And he's down to the count 0-1 after swinging at the first pitch. Shaw will come set at the chest. Winds and delivers the next pitch inside corner. Thought it might have brushed the corner there, but just missed it off the side. And the count goes to even at 1-1 strike. So Shaw, who trots back onto the hill, kicking some more dirt around. Comes set once more, checks the runner down at second base, winds and delivers the 1-1 inside corner for ball number 2. Really trying to live on that inside half of the plate and just needs it to come in about 3 inches maybe, and all those would be strikes. But Curry doing a great job picking his pitch here, but the runner's on first and second. And here is the 2-1 pitch to Curry. And he swings right through it. A little bit of an off speed right at the chest there. And the count goes even at 2 strikes. Curry on the year, .333 average. No homers and an RBI to speak of. And he's got a runner on first here, a runner on second. It's Andreessen on second, Foss on first. And Shaw winds and delivers the 2-2. It's outside for ball number 3. And the count goes full here at 3 strikes. So big pitch coming from Caden Shaw. He's got a fly out and a ground out so far, a walk and a hit batsman. So still no hits for the Eagles in this first inning. But if Curry can get into one here and put it in a gap, that would certainly score a couple of runs. And the pick back to second base will get past Kettrell into center, but he was quickly there to scrap it and scoop it up. So Caden Shaw for the first time there, and this whole entire sequence picked back over to second base after Andreessen stole second to get there. Shaw comes set, winds and delivers the 3-2. It's a hot shot right to the shortstop, Pattengall. Off his glove, it'll roll into center field. Andreessen rounds third. He's on his way home to score, and Colby will take a 1-0 lead there on the single up the middle from Corbin Curry. And that was going to be a tough play either way there for Josiah Pattengall. So off his glove into center field, and that'll be a run. And now checking out of the contest, a courtesy run for the pitcher Curry is going to be Manuel Garcia. So Garcia will check in and run over at first. The runner at second base is Braden Foss. And Corbin Curry has got himself a single and an RBI on the day and breaks up the no-hitter for Caden Shaw here in the first inning. So Shaw will go back to work with the same situation he just dealt with. Runners on first and second, and 2 down. The first pitch here, inside corner, and it actually hits Talon O'Rourke as well as he wears it right on the shoulder, and the bases are now loaded. So second hit batsman of the inning for Caden Shaw, who is trying to live on that inside corner. Maybe try to keep it out of those hefty bats from the Eagles. Make them swing and miss at those inside pitches, but instead, he's hit a couple of batters in the inning. So the base is loaded now for Colby with 2 down. 1 run already in for the Eagles in the top of the first. Shaw comes set, winds and delivers the next pitch, and it's in there for a strike as the count goes to 0-1 against Keegan Glassman. Glassman, no average so far of the year, just 0 for 3 in 3 plate appearances so far this season. Shaw checks the runner down at second, winds and delivers the 0-1, and it's swung out and missed for strike number 2. So Glassman goes down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. 1-0 lead here for the Eagles in the top of the first inning. Shaw comes set, winds and delivers the 0-2. Swung on, hot shot towards short. Past Pattengull and into left center field. 1 run will come home to score. Rounding third and on his way home is Garcia. He'll be in standing up, and it's a 2 RBI single with the bases loaded from 7-hole hitter Keegan Glassman. And the Eagles have taken a 3-0 lead here in the top of the first inning. So Keegan Glassman with an 0-2 count knew he had to swing and swung at the right pitch as he drives home 2 and gets his first hit of the season. So Garcia will get the run there as the courtesy runner. And stepping up to the plate now is Kaysen Stramel in the first pitch. And Stramel will take on the inside corner for a ball. At the plate here, Kaysen Stramel, runners on first and second base, and the pitch to Stramel, outside corner for a ball. So 2 runs scored there. Manuel Garcia, who was on second, came home to score as well and had the wheels on right away. And Pattengull did a great job diving to his left there, but that ball just skirted past his glove by a few inches as that one's on the inside corner for a ball. And the count now to 3 balls and no strikes here against 8-hole hitter Kaysen Stramel. So runners on first and second base for the Eagles. A 3-0 lead already here in the top of the first inning. And the next pitch is low for ball number 4. Couldn't clip the bottom of the strike zone, and Stramel will be the second walk of the inning here for Caden Shaw, and once again load the bases with 2 down. So 3-0 lead for Colby. And now checking out of the contest to run for Stramel, the catcher, will be Neil Morrison. So Neil Morrison will courtesy run over at first base for the catcher Stramel, who just worked a 2-out walk to load the bases again. And now it's 9-hole hitter Reed Ryan at the plate for the Eagles, and the first pitch to him is in there for a strike on the outside corner. Ryan, no average as well this season, 0 for 3, so looking for his first hit. Just kind of like that of Keegan Glassman, who stepped up and now stands on second base, but when he was up there with no average, came up with a 2-out, 2-run, 2-out, 2 RBI single, I should say, and now has made his way to second after that walk to Morrison. Count at 1 ball, little 1 strike, kicking the dirt around in that right-handed batter's box is Reed Ryan. Shaw comes set at the chest, winds and delivers the next pitch off speed, and it's in there for strike number 2, right of the inside corner, and that's the pitch that Shaw has been wanting all the way throughout this first inning, has been trying to live on that inside corner, and was able to get the pitch there to just catch a little bit of that corner. So Ryan with his toes on the chalk there, right up against the inside half of the batter's box. Waits Shaw's delivery, and here it is. It's in the dirt, gets away from Caden Shaw, will roll up against the fence, and 1 run will come home to score as that wild pitch will allow Talon O'Rourke to score. 4th run for the Eagles in the inning. And that will now bring up, and Reed Ryan will stay in the batter's box here. And like I mentioned, that wind that was promised in the late afternoon hadn't been making its way around, and now it is a little bit. Here's the pitch, and that's on the inside corner for a ball. So the count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runners on second and third after everybody else moved up 90 feet after the wild pitch. So Ryan, who has worked a great at bat here, hasn't really swung it, but has just watched and waited for his pitch here. Awaits the 3-2 from Shaw, who's set at the belt, winds and delivers, and the pitch is rolled over down the third base line. Still fair, picked up by Shaw, fires it down to first. It won't be in time, and Reed Ryan will beat it out after a tough throw there. Caden Shaw and Caden Sowers, that was a tough ball just off the end of the bat, up the third base line, maybe just a few feet, and a runner will come home to score. That's number 5 of the inning for the Eagles. And Reed Ryan is on with a single and an RBI. And that will send us back to the top of the order here for Braxton Whittington, who led off with a line drive out into left field. And here's the pitch. It's on the inside corner, called for a strike. And taking over second base there with a stolen base will be Reed Ryan. So Ryan on second. It'll be Morrison, the courtesy runner, on third, and Whittington at the plate, a 5-0 lead for Colby, but 2 down here in the inning. And here is the pitch, and Whittington will take strike number 2. So Colby, with 2 outs, has walked away with 4 runs. They've came up with 3 hits and 3 RBIs to go along with them as well. And you tuck in a walk and a hit batsman in there. So great 2-out hitting here from the Eagles. And the pitch to Whittington is swung on and driven high and deep into center field. Allen running over to his right. He'll watch it go over his head, and 1 hop to the wall. 1 run is in. Here comes the second. It's a 2-out, 2 RBI double from leadoff hitter Braxton Whittington to give the Eagles a 7-0 lead in the first inning. So Caden Shaw, who worked 2 outs within the first 3 batters, has now seen 7 come to the plate, and it's been tough for him. 7 come to the plate, and 6 of those 7 score. So it's a double and 2 RBIs there for Braxton Whittington. And now Talon Andreessen will dig back in here again, and the pitch to him is in there for a strike. And Shaw doing a great job working the strike zone, but it's been a great 2-strike approach from all of the Colby Eagles 1 through 9. Either keeping that bat kind of on the shoulder, waiting for Shaw to give him a great pitch to hit, or hitting that 2-strike pitch. And the 0-1 is in there for strike number 2. So Caden Shaw just 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. And certainly not the way he wanted that first inning to go after getting 2 outs in the first 3 batters. Talon Anderson, his first time up, walked, stole the base, and came home to score. Here's the pitch, and that one's on the inside corner for a ball below the knees of Andreessen. So the runner on second is Whittington. Whittington put a charge into the first pitch he saw of the game and hit it out to left field. Mitchell Wasson didn't have to move an inch, though, as it was just right to him. And then his second plate appearance puts a charge into one over the head of the center fielder, Hayden Allen. And here's the 1-2, and that will hit on the elbow, Talon Andreessen, and Andreessen is on. That is the 3rd hit batter of the inning for Caden Shaw, and it puts runners on first and second base, and Josh Fortin has made his way out of the first base dugout to talk with his pitcher. So Caden Shaw nodding in agreement here with Josh Fortin, and I'm sure he's saying, hey, we just need to make 1 pitch, just put it down the middle, give him something to hit, which he has a couple of times, and give it up to Colby. Give him some credit there. They've been able to hit those 2-strike pitches that Caden has offered up. So Shaw, after talking with his head coach, Josh Fortin, who walks back the first base dugout, now will retake the rubber here with a runner on first and second base. 2 down and a 7-0 lead for Colby. And here's the pitch, and this one is swung on and driven high and deep into right field. Canto on his way in, and he misplays the ball as the wind might have took it in. It goes off of his glove, rolls up against the wall. 1 run has come home, rounding third, and on his way home for another will be Talon Andreessen, and make it a 9-run first inning. And that is a 3-base error there from Jason Acanto. as that was tough. Canto ran in and had it tracked very well, but then the ball just curved on him a little bit and fell off of his glove and down and rolled up against the wall. So 2 runs come home to score on that E9, and that will make it a 9-0 lead for Colby. And here's the pitch. Swinging right through it is Braden Foss. That was Max Kirstenbach at the plate and drove that one out into left field. And here is Foss twirling the bat once, now twice, and digs back into face Shaw, who will come set, checks the runner over at third, winds and delivers the next pitch, and it's outside for a ball. And the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. So a 9-0 lead for Colby in the top of the first inning. And Braden Foss, who got hit by a pitch his first time up on his elbow guard, digs back in, and here's a shot right over the top of Caden Shaw and into center field, a liner that came out over 100 miles an hour for sure. And it's into center field for an RBI single, as coming home to score was Kirstenbach. And so an RBI single now for Braden Foss. That's 5 hits in the inning for Colby, and now 10 runs as they lead 10-0 here in the top of the first inning. And at the plate now, once again, Corbin Curry. The pitch to him is swung on and lifted into center field. Running in to get it is Mitchell Watson. He's not going to be able to get there. Tries to dive. It'll get past him. Hayden Allen picks it up and throws it into the third baseman, Emick. And moving his way up to second on the throw is Curry. So it'll be a single for Corbin Curry. Moves to second on the throw. And moving his way all the way to third on that play was Braden Foss. And we will have Manuel Garcia to check back in as a courtesy runner. So there will be runners at second and third now. That'll be Garcia at second. It'll be Foss at third, a 10-0 lead. And Tanner Wark will dig back in here, as Shaw will come set, winds and delivers the first pitch to Work. It's popped up, making its way out of play and into the stands directly behind home plate. So the count will go to 0 balls and 1 strike. And Caden doing a good job. He's had a lot of strikes and a lot of 2-strike counts, but Colby has done a great job hitting those 2-strike pitches, like I've mentioned a couple of times. Shaw comes set, checks Garcia over at second, winds and delivers the pitch. And taking high, wanted to go around with it, but checked the swing was Work. So runners on second and third for Colby, a 10-0 lead for the Eagles in the top of the first inning. And Shaw will come set again, winds and delivers. And they're going to say Caden balked on the play. And they say he didn't come set for long enough, maybe. So that will be a balk. That will drive a runner home and move. So Foss will come home to score on the balk, and moving up to third on the balk will be Garcia. So Garcia stands at third. Work at the plate. 11-0 Colby. The pitch, and Work will swing and foul tip it into the glove of Sowers, who wasn't able to squeeze onto it. But the count now again is at 2 strikes here. So another 2-strike count for Caden Shaw, trying to get out of it. And Shaw at the plate. Shaw at the rubber, comes set, checks the runner at third, winds and delivers the next pitch, and Work swings through the off speed, and Caden Shaw ends the inning, but it's a 2-out rally from the Colby Eagles, as with 2 outs, they put up 10 runs. They put up 9 runs with 2 outs and lead 10-0 as we make our way into the bottom of the first inning. Top of the first down here from Oberlin. It is Colby 10, Oberlin 0 here on 101.1 KFNF.
Decatur County Beef wants to do business with all the local farmers. They want to buy your high-moisture corn and grain sorghum, also alfalfa and dry corn anytime. Decatur Beef and Hoxie Feed Yard are always looking for good help. Truck drivers, plumbers, welders, and pin riders. Decatur County Beef is located just north of Oberlin on Highway 83, and Hoxie Feed Yard is just west of Hoxie. Call 785-475-2212 for Decatur County Beef, or call Scott at 785-675-9009. Give them a try. You will be glad you did.
I don't know about you, but coming out of winter, every time I stand up, it sounds like somebody's wadding up aluminum foil. Decatur Health has an idea about getting you ready for spring: holistic pain management. By considering your lifestyle, possible health issues, and your personal goals, holistic pain management will take a total approach to your well-being. By working with you on pain management and exercise, you'll be enjoying every aspect of your life before you know it. Contact Decatur Health for more information on holistic pain management programs and a healthier, more active you.
The Red Devils play here on today's Best Country, 101.1 KFNF.
So 1 inning in the books here from Oberlin. It is the Colby Eagles 11, Oberlin 0. So they score 10 two-out runs in the top of that first inning. Do Colby, as they got 2 outs within the first 3 batters, and then Colby scores 10 runs after that. And makes it 11-0 as we make our way to the bottom of the first inning. And the Oberlin Red Devils about to take to the plate, as the Red Devils once again are going up against Corbin Curry, who has only made 1 appearance so far for the Eagles. Pitched 1 inning, didn't give up a hit, a run, an earned run, a walk, or a strikeout. Didn't have any of that, but did pitch 1 inning and got 3 outs. Didn't really have to deal with a lot of base runners there. He pitched in that first game for Colby against Goodland, in which they won 11-1. And then Colby sweated 1 out in game number 2, taking out of the Cowboys 4-1 in the next one. Caden Sowers, who joined the team after game number 1, will dig in and lead off here for the Red Devils. And the first pitch to Caden. He will swing and lift it past the third baseman and into left field. And Caden Sowers, in his first plate appearance as a Red Devil, comes up with a hit. So Caden Sowers came up swinging right away and hit it off of the glove of the third baseman, Ethan Weinman, who is being the one that is not in the batting lineup today, with the DH being used for the Eagles. And it went off of Wyman's glove and into left field, but was hard enough to be a hit. Now Hayden Allen will dig in, and the next pitch to Allen is on the outside, gets away from the catcher. Sowers is on his way to second, and he will be in standing up. So Caden Sowers on his way to second on the wild pitch. And Hayden Allen will be back at the plate. Hayden has not recorded a hit so far this season. 0 for 2 in 2 recorded at-bats. Does have a couple of walks and a stolen base. The pitch, big swing and a miss from Hayden, and the count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike. So an 11-0 lead here for the Eagles, bottom of the first inning. Oberlin looking to walk it back, though, with the runner on second base and Sowers. And the pick back to second base and back in time is Caden Sowers. So the count still 1 ball and 1 strike here against Hayden Allen. Grips that bat with no batting gloves and awaits the pitch from Curry, who will come set, checks the runner, and winds and delivers. And that one's on the inside corner, called for a strike. And the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hayden Allen kind of did it all down there in Wisconsin. He played shortstop, pitched, and caught for the Red Devils there in the first 2 games of the season against the Beavers. And the next pitch to him is on the outside corner, called for a ball. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes here. Caden Sowers on second base. Nobody out. Bottom of the first inning, 11-0 Colby. And coming set just above the belt is Curry. Winds and delivers. And a big swing and a miss for strike number 3. So going down swinging there for the first out of the inning is Hayden Allen. And that will now bring up Mitchell Wasson in the 3-hole hitter. So Mitch, the freshman, who was out in the left field in the top half of the inning, now takes to the right-handed batter's box here. And coming set is Curry, winds and delivers, and a big swing and a miss from Wasson for strike number 1. This count goes to 0 balls and 1 strike here to Wasson. Curry comes set at the belt now, and winds and delivers the next pitch on the inside. Picked down to second base and back in time safely is Caden Sowers. That was a great pick play there by the catcher Stramel, throwing it down to the shortstop Foss. And Foss came in to catch it kind of where the infield grass would be if there were infield grass here in Oberlin, and then had to run back to the base, and that allowed Caden Sowers to run around him and get back in. Big swing and a miss for strike number 2 to Mitchell Wasson. So the count will go 1 ball and 2 strikes, 1 down, runner on second base, and Sowers, who is basically halfway down to third with his lead, is now going to check it up a little bit more. That was a great throw from Stramel on the pickback over there as well. And here's the 1-2 pitch, off speed and just a bit high. And I think the Eagles were wanting that one. Curry shaking his head a little bit at the dugout, saying, call that one again, as the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coming set. Just above the belt again is Curry. Winds and delivers the 2-2, and Wasson will swing right through the fastball for strikeout number 2 of the inning and out number 2 of the inning. So Curry has gotten the Red Devils 2 and 3 hitters to strike out. Will now deal with Josiah Pattengall. So Josiah will dig in here to the right-handed batter's box. Gripping that bat again with no batting gloves. Sowers on second base. The pitch off speed, and it's in there for a strike on the outside corner. So the count goes here, 2. No balls and a 1 strike. Colby wearing a black hat with a white front and a big C in the middle. Curry checks the runner, winds and delivers the next pitch. Big swing and a miss. The pick down to second base, and Sowers makes his way back in. So that secondary lead, I don't know if... So I don't know if he was wanting to steal there and then just decided not to. Here's the next pitch, and this is a big swing and a miss for strike number 3, and Josiah Pattengall goes down on 3 pitches. So a leadoff single from Caden Sowers is left a little bit in the dust, as it's 3 straight strikeouts to end the inning from the Red Devils, and we head to the top of the second inning. It is Colby 11, Oberlin 0. This is Oberlin Red Devil Baseball here on 101.1 KFNF.
Farm Credit of Western Kansas is synonymous with giving back to the community and its members. Whether it's attending events such as wheat plot tours, serving on various boards and committees, volunteering at local county fairs, or delivering $5.5 million in cash patronage checks, Farm Credit of Western Kansas is community driven. Stop in at 1190 South Range in Colby or one of our convenient outpost offices. Farm Credit of Western Kansas, financing ag for generations.
Insurance, it seems like you can never have enough, and when it comes to peace of mind, it's good to have the right insurance in place. Frederickson Insurance Agency in Oberlin can help you do just that. Frederickson's can help with supplemental insurance for your home, farm, business, auto, and yes, even your crop. Frederickson's will help you find the best plan from the best companies. Insurance, get the best from Frederickson Insurance Agency, next to the Landmark in downtown Oberlin, 785-475-3883.
Red Devil Athletics on today's best country, 101.1 KFNF.
Welcome back here from Oberlin, where we're just about set, ready to go for our second inning of the day between the Red Devils and the Eagles. And inning number 1 belonged to the Eagles with an 11 spot in the top of the first inning. Most of those runs, all of those runs except for one coming with 2 outs, as the Red Devil starter Caden Shaw got the first 2 out of 3 Colby Eagles to go down. And then after that, it was 10 runs from the Eagles there as they batted around in the first inning all the way until the 7 spot in the order. And they were able to get out number 3 there with a strikeout. But we do have a new pitcher into the game for the Red Devils. It is Hayden Allen, who will take over from center field. And coming in to replace him in center field is Theodore Butterfield. So we'll see if Theo comes up to the plate as well, or if they want to keep Caden Shaw in there as the designated hitter. So that's what we'll see coming up at the bottom half of the inning, as the throwdown from Caden Sowers on the money to Josiah Pattengall, who gets it back to Hayden Allen, who will toe the rubber here to face 7, 8, and 9 in the Colby Eagle lineup. And leading it off will be 7-hole hitter Keegan Glassman. Glassman, first time up, singled and drove home 2 runs for his first hit of the season. Was 0 for 3 before that hit. And now he digs in here. And Allen comes set, winds and delivers the first pitch, and Glassman will swing right through it on the outside corner for strike number 1. So Glassman, in that first plate appearance that he saw, got down to the count 0-2, and then ripped a single. And here's the 0-1 pitch to him in the dirt for a ball. Hayden Allen came in and pitched in both Game 1 and Game number 2 against Scott City. And overall, between the two games, pitched 1 2/3 of an inning. Gave up 8 hits, 14 runs, 14 earned, 6 walks, and 3 strikeouts, as this one's in the dirt for a ball. And gets away from Caden Showers. So the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. So an 11-0 lead here for the Eagles in the top of the second inning. And the 2-1 pitch to Glassman, swung on and fouled off. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Top of the second inning. 11-0 lead for Colby, and Oberlin trying to go 3 up, 3 down, or send the Eagles 3 up, 3 down. Get that back in the dugout and try to start a comeback here. And Allen winds and delivers, and that one's high for a ball. Count goes full now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. And this is kind of what was maybe, you could say, the death of the Red Devils there in that first inning. Had a lot of 2-strike counts, but Colby did a great job either hitting that pitch or leading it to a walk. And this one's on the inside corner, and that's what Glassman does. So Glassman here in the second leads off with a walk, first from Hayden Allen. And on the day, just the second for the Red Devils. But they do have 3 hit by pitches. And now digging in here will be Kaysen Stramel, the catcher, who his first time up, walked and was able to score a run. And here's the pitch. And they're going to say that Hayden Allen balked. And that's something that he had a little bit of an issue with there in the Scott City game. So now a runner on second base as the umpire there in the field came in to chat with him about what he did wrong. Comes set at the chest, winds and delivers the next pitch. And this one's popped up high behind the dish, and then now making its way out of play and down for a foul ball. And so the count will go here to no balls and 1 strike against 8-hole hitter Kaysen Stramel. Allen out of the stretch with a runner on second base, comes set, winds and delivers the next pitch, and that one's high for a ball. So we'll see if they want to send Keegan Glassman on a stolen base. Eagles with 1 of those so far in the game and now have a total of 5 on the year. Came in with 4 today. Bryson Kettrell hovers over the second base bag, holding Glassman there. And the pitch from Allen is on the inside corner to Stramel. And the count now goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. 11-0 lead here for the Eagles in the top of the second inning. Allen comes set at the chest, winds and delivers the next pitch. That'll get away from Caden Showers off of his glove. So it was in the other batter's box there. Tough for him to make that play, but did. Just went off his glove and scored it up against the backstop. And so making his way over to third will be Glassman on the wild pitch. And so now a runner on third here for Stramel. And the pitch to him. Swung on, popped up foul, and way out of play this time into the parking lot. And the count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And it was a 3-ball, 2-strike count to Glassman that led to a walk. And now Stramel settles back into the right-handed batter's box. And the 3-2 pitch to him. Swung on a miss for strike number 3. Great pitch there by Hayden Allen to get him to go down swinging. And Allen, who leads the team in strikeouts, adds another one there. His 4th on the season. And gives it off to 9-hole hitter Reed Ryan. Ryan, his first time up, singled and drove home a run. I guess Eagles do have 2 stolen bases today. Sorry, just said 1, but they do have 2. The first pitch here to Ryan is above his head for a ball. So, man, if the Red Devils can get out of this inning without giving up a run, that would be huge after an 11 spot of the first inning, and then kind of give your offense a little time to work. Caden Shaw led off and ripped a single for the Red Devils in the bottom half of that first inning, but then was left stranded at second. Count goes to 2-0 now on 9-hole hitter Reed Ryan, and some clouds have made their way over the skies here in Oberlin, but the sun's still peeking through occasionally. The wind has certainly picked up a little bit coming out of the north, so it's a little bit of a cooler wind. And Allen will come set of the chest, winds and delivers the 2-0, and that's in the dirt for a ball. Count goes to 3 balls and no strikes now. Here on 9-hole hitter Reed Ryan. So Allen toes the rubber and steers down the runner at third, Glassman for a second. Before getting the sign here from his catcher Sowers, winds and delivers the next pitch, and it's in there for a strike on the outside corner. Count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 down. Top of the second inning, 11-0 lead for Colby with a runner on third base. Allen, again, comes set, this time at the chest. Delivers the 3-1. It's swung on and tattooed deep into center field. Butterfield underneath it, and he'll make the play. But tagging at third and making his way home will be Glassman. It's a great catch out there in dead center field by Theodore Butterfield, who came in center field for Hayden Allen, who took over as the pitcher here in the top of the inning. And great job there by Theo, and the ball was kind of hit right to him. Did have to take a couple of steps back there towards the fence, but did a great job of just staying underneath it for out number 2, but it is a sac fly there for Reed Ryan, and it'll drive home his second run of the game as it's back to the top of the order for the Colby Eagles, who had 1 to their score, but the Red Devils overall have to be happy getting out of that with an out. So 2 down, nobody on. 12-0 lead for Colby after an 11 spot in the first, just 1 here in the second. And the pitch. This one's on the outside corner for a ball. The leadoff hitter, Braxton Whittington, count down 2-0. It was with 2 outs last inning that the Eagles scored 10 runs to make it an 11-0 lead. And we'll see if they can do that again here with 2 outs. The 2-0 swung on, a hot shot down the third base line and fair as it rolls up the left field line. Rounding first on his way to second base is Whittington. There will be no play there. So it is a 2-out double, his second of the game there for Braxton Whittington. And it'll put a runner on second here for the Eagles. And Talon Andreessen will dig in. So that wind, I'm sure you can hear in the background, has become a little more prevalent here. A little bit of a more constant wind, and feeling all of the 10 to 20 miles an hour now. Coming set at the belt is Allen, and the pitch to Andreessen is tipped into the glove of Sowers, so it'll go down as a strike. Great job by Caden with a squeeze there. Count goes to no balls and 1 strike. Runner on second base, 12-0 lead. 2 down, top of the second inning here for Colby. Eagles trying to add on to it. And the pitch from Allen is swung on and tattooed high and deep to left field. And that ball is down and fair as it will 3-hop towards the wall. 1 run will come home to score easily. Long throw in from Wasson to his cutoff man. He made it, though, and keeps the runner at second base. But it's a 2-out 2-out RBI double there for Talon Andreessen, and the Colby Eagles have added another run with 2 outs to make it 13-0. So that is the first hit for Andreessen today, even though he's reached base in all 3 plate appearances, was walked, hit by a pitch, and now doubles. Braxton Whittington has a couple of hits today as well. Both of them doubles there, and the 1-2 punch at the top of the order. And now this gives way to Max Kirstenbach, who is 0 for 2. Reached via an air, though. This one's popped up foul and out of play. So it does go down as not a hit, but as an at-bat. So Kirstenbach 0 for 2, reached via the air his first time up, and was able to come home and score. First plate appearance there in the first inning, grounded out to third. And this pitch gets away from Sowers. Will roll up against the backstop and on his way to third on the wild pitch. And in standing is Andreessen. So Andreessen on third. Still here with 2 outs. And the wind is starting to pick up a little bit here as we make our way just before 5 o'clock. The pants of pretty much every player. Red Devils wearing a little bit of tighter pants, so can't really see it, but the umpires' pants out there are blowing in the wind. As this one goes over the head of the tall Kirstenbach for a ball. So Kirstenbach digs back in, readjusts the helmet a little bit. Hayden Allen shaking off the first side, likes the second. And will come set, checks the runner at third, winds and delivers the pitch. And it's in the dirt for a ball. The count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. So the Red Devils down 13-0 here, trying to get out of this inning with 2 outs. And it's been a 2-out rally kind of day for the Eagles. As Allen will come set again, winds and delivers the next pitch. It's behind the back. And ball number 4 for Kirstenbach, so he is on. So Kirstenbach with a walk. Walk number 2 of the inning for Hayden Allen. So it was a walk, strikeout, sac fly, double walk in the inning for the Eagles. And now Braden Foss will dig in, who is the deadliest on the team so far for the Eagles this year. 500 average coming into it. Still does not have that RBI. And on his way to second base. And in standing up with a steal there is Kirstenbach. The pitch was down the middle for a strike. So another stolen base there for the Eagles. And Foss will dig back in with the runners on second and third. 2 down. Top of the second inning, 13-0 lead for the Eagles. And this is Foss swinging and driving it into right field. And Cantil will let it drop in front of him. 1 run will come home to score. Here comes the second. And that'll be a 2-out RBI, 2 RBI single for Braden Foss. Braden Foss now with his second and third RBIs of the day, as running on contact there with 2 outs was Kirstenbach on second, and that will now bring up Corbin Curry. So Curry, who gave up the leadoff single against the Red Devils, made quick work after that. Now he lines one into center field and down for a base hit. Takes a weird hop off the grass, rounding second and on to way is third. The play over there at third. It gets away from Garrett Emick and will roll up against the dugout. And coming home all the way to score will be Braden Foss, as he was going to go first to third on that no matter what, and turns it into first to home, as the ball got away there from Garrett Emick after a great throw from Josiah out there in center field. And once again, Manuel Garcia will come in and run for Corbin Curry. So Curry on with a single and coming all the way around to score there after an E5 over there by Garrett Emick, as that pitch gets away. And Caden Sowers is now throwing it down to second base, and it'll go off the shoe of Garcia and into center field, but luckily Kettrell was there to pick it up before it went too far. So it was an E5 that will bring Braden Foss home. That's the second error for the Red Devils today, but going first to third on the hit was Curry, and then he moved up to second on the throw. That pitch is in there for a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike here on Talon Warwick, the ninth batter in the inning for Colby. As Allen comes set, delivers the next pitch outside for a ball. So 16-0 lead here for the Eagles in the top of the second inning. So 5 here in the second, 11 in the first. And the pitch from Allen is below the knees for a ball. Count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. Talon Warwick, his first time up, hit by a pitch, came home to score on a wild pitch, and then struck out to end the first inning. Has an opportunity as well to be the inning ender here. The pitch swung on, rolled over towards short. It'll be picked off by Allen. The throw to first will not get him. Hayden came off the mound to field his position there, as if he would have let Josiah take that one, it was a nice high bounding ball that would have been tough for Josiah to come in and make a play on anyway. So great job by Hayden getting off of the mound to at least get his glove on it, but just went in and out of the webbing. So it'll go down as a single there for Tanner Warwick, and it moves the runner up to third. And now Keegan Glassman, who led off the inning with a walk, will dig back in. And the pitch to Glassman is down the middle for a strike, and taking over second base easily with a stolen base there is Talon Warwick. So the count, no balls and a 1 strike. Runner on second and third. 2 down here in the top of the second inning. 16-0 Colby. And the pitch, this one's behind the batter, and coming home to score. Do they get the tag in there safely? No. It was a great job by Caden Sowers to get out of the squat, get all the way back to the backstop, and had a shot there to get him at the plate in Garcia. Garcia went down kind of for a late slide, and Hayden just kind of couldn't contort the body enough to be able to get the out. But the wild pitch will bring home another run and make it 17-0 here in the second inning. And the pitch, that one will get away from Sowers again. Runner coming to the plate. Sowers going for the tag, and he got him! Great job by Caden Sowers. The ball bounced before it got to the backstop, went off of the chain link fence and right into the glove of Caden Sowers, and he just said, I'll do this one myself, and just tags him out as he was sliding home. And so trying to get home there, kind of advancing 2-0 to end the inning, and we head to the bottom of the second inning. Here from Oberlin, it is Colby 17, Oberlin 0. This is Oberlin Red Devil Baseball here on 101.1 KFNF.
A step towards better health. High Plains Podiatry.
Say goodbye to discomfort with Swift Microwave Wart Removal, exclusively at High Plains Podiatry. It's quick, painless, and effective cutting-edge technology. Swift Microwave targets warts at their root to give you relief in just minutes. Because your comfort matters, schedule an appointment today with High Plains Podiatry. Call 345-3773 or visit highplainspodiatry.com.
Are you looking for the best internet service in town? Look no further than Nextech, your local provider that offers true gig speed and full fiber internet. With Nextech, your home can enjoy unlimited data and no contracts. When you need help, a Nextech employee in Kansas is ready to take your call any day of the week. Experience seamless connectivity with Nextech Home Internet for just $69, and your first bill is even on us. Don't settle. Visit next-tech.com to learn more.
Whether it's plants, animals, or us humans, we are all affected by what we eat, and it starts in our soil. Nutrient Ag Solutions has worked hard to find solutions for causes, not just symptoms, that strengthen soil, plant, and animal health, therefore increasing the efficiency and profitability on your farm. Nutrien will work to create a balanced approach for your soil, in turn boosting productivity in your crops. Healthier plants carry enhanced nutritional value for your crops and livestock. Call Nutrien Ag Solutions today to get started.
The Red Devils play here on today's best country, 101.1 KFNF.
Welcome back here from Oberlin as the wind is picked up a little bit over game number 1, and the Colby offense has been the story of the game so far as they lead 17-0 as we make our way into the bottom of the second inning. And leading off for the Red Devils in the bottom of the second will be Tyler Rossmeyer. Corbin Curry out to pitch again, and the first pitch he throws is swung on and a miss from Tyler. The Red Devils got a leadoff single from Caden Sowers on the first pitch of the game. He lined it past the third baseman, or off the third baseman's glove into left field. But then after that, it was 3 straight strikeouts from Curry, striking out Allen, Watson, and Pattengall. And here's the next pitch to Tyler on the outside corner for a ball. So the count goes even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 17-0 here in the bottom of the second inning, as the Red Devils look to start a rally, get some of those runs back. In the pitch, swung on a hot shot right back at Curry. Off his glove to his right. No one will be there to help him out. And Tyler Rossmeyer is on to lead off the inning. It will go down as an E1, but Tyler is on to start the inning and gives the Red Devils their second base runner of the game. So the Red Devils with a 1 hit now just in the game, as Tyler there will get on via the air, but this will now bring up Jason Canto. As Curry will come set at the belt, winds and delivers, and it's a hot shot towards third, picked up by Weinman, on to second for 1. The throw to first is in time. No, yes, no, yes. Couldn't see there. And no, they're going to say it was just a little bit late. So I couldn't see. Curry was standing right my way of the umpire. So it is down as a fielder's choice for Jason Canto. It's an FC 5-4 for Tyler out at second. And here's the first pitch on the inside corner, taken for a ball to Bryson Kettrell. So Curry, after a leadoff error there, gets a hard ground out. Weinman with a great play, backhanded that ball to his right, and then had to throw back across his body towards second. Here's a hot shot right at the second baseman, picked up by Whittington. Underhands it to second for 1, on to first for 2, in time. 4-6-3, flashy double play from the Eagles, and we are headed to the top of the third inning. So after 2 complete here in Oberlin, it is the Eagles 17, Oberlin 0 on 101.1 KFNF.
Do you smell that? Nope, not yet, but you will. Think of it as a backyard revolution fueled by flavor. Green Mountain Grills at Arnim's Service Center in Oberlin. Wood-fired, smoke-kissed, and ready to ignite your taste buds. I'm Chef Rusty, and when I'm not wrangling recipes, I'm stoking those fires. The latest Green Mountain Grills are a must-see. Now, who's ready to grill like a pro?
Fire up your flavor revolution. Check out the new Green Mountain Grills now at Arnim's Service Center in downtown Oberlin. Where hometown charm meets fresh market dreams. Ray's Grocery in downtown Oberlin is a feast for the senses. Hand-picked produce, sizzling steaks, and hearty roasts await your dinner table. Quality soars in every aisle. Shopping at Ray's is a breeze, leaving the heavy lifting to them as they escort your groceries right to your car. Experience the difference at Ray's Grocery. Fresh, friendly, and always local. Ray's Grocery in downtown Oberlin.
Red Devil Athletics on today's best country, 101.1 KFNF.
Back here in Oberlin, 2 complete as the Eagles show their defensive prowess in the bottom of the second inning with a couple of almost double. They had 1 almost double play, and then they end the inning with a 4-6-3 double play. So a couple of flashy plays there from the Eagles to end the second as we make our way into the top of the third inning. So the Eagles did bat around last inning. Just sent 9. They sent 10 truly to the plate, but 9 will only go in the scorebook as the final out came on that 10th batter when Keegan Glassman, who leads off this inning as he takes the ball, was at the plate, and Talon Warwick, who was trying to come home at a wild pitch. Caden Sowers doing a great job of fielding it off of the backstop, running back and diving in before Warwick could get there to score. As the count quickly goes to 2 balls and no strikes, Hayden Allen out for a second inning of work here against this Colby Eagle lineup and got 2 outs within the first 3 batters, just like Caden Shaw there in the first inning. And the next pitch, swing and a miss for strike number 1 here from Glassman. But after that, it was 5 runs. Kind of like the first inning where after 2 outs within the first 3 batters, the Eagles put up 10 runs. And here is the 2-1 pitch, inside corner for a ball. So the count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. Colby, like I mentioned, 2-0 of the year, 11-1. They won against Goodland in game number 1 of the year, scored in every single inning. And 7 of the 9 starters in the game finished with a hit. This one's in the dirt for a ball, and on his way to first base with another leadoff walk will be Glassman. So that is walk number 3 for Hayden Allen. And that will now bring up Kaysen Stramel. Stramel, his first time up, struck out swinging. It's a great pitch from Hayden on the outside corner. A little bit of an off-speeder, kind of took some heat off of it. Pick throw down to first base, and great fielding there by Tyler Rossmeyer. A great pick play, I should say, as he was able to kind of keep that ball in front of him, almost like he was fielding a ground ball after the throw came from Caden Sowers, excuse me. Allen comes set, and winds and delivers the 1-0 inside corner for a ball. That goes to 2-0. Caden Sowers checking the runner, but will keep the ball in his glove. As making his way down to second of the mild pitch is Glassman. So Glassman on second with nobody out here in inning number 3, 17-0 Colby. Allen comes set and delivers the 2-0. Is swung on high and deep into right field, and that ball is gone. Home run for Stramel as he tattoos that ball over the right field fence. And Bentley Sutherland looked up over there in right field, but watched that ball get up, and get out of here in a hurry. So Kaysen Stramel on a 2-0 pitch hits a 2-run homer and extends the Colby lead to 19-0 on the day. So that is the first true home run given up by the Red Devil pitching staff this season, as the other home run came on the inside the park type. But it is a 2-run, 2 RBI home run there. 2-run homer from Kaysen Stramel, and now Reed Ryan, the 9-hole hitter, digs in. And the wind, which is piercing from right to left, did not catch that ball at all. As this one will be in the dirt for a ball. Stramel put that one out to right, and you'd expect this right to left wind to kind of float it up in the air, but instead he just hit it right through the wind and over the right field fence for his first homer of the year. And he now drives in RBIs 3 and 4. Count 2 balls and 1 strike here on 9-hole hitter Reed Ryan. Ryan today, a couple of RBIs, singled and drove home a run to the first, and then hit a sac fly there in the second to drive home a run. And the pitch, inside corner, called for a strike. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes here. 19-0, Colby, top of the 3rd inning. And Allen comes set, winds and delivers the next pitch. That one is inside for a ball. Count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes here. And coming set here is Allen. Winds and delivers the next pitch, and that's outside for a ball. And on his way down to first base will be Reed Ryan. So Ryan on his way down to first. That is walk number 4 for Hayden Allen today. So Reed Ryan on first, and that will bring up Braxton Whittington, who has showed the power in the bat today with a couple of doubles. 2 RBIs to go along with it, too, and he watches this one go outside for a ball. And up to second base on the wild pitch will be Ryan. So Ryan on second. And how about that hit from Kaysen Stramel? Puts that strikeout he had the inning before behind him and tattoos the ball over the right field fence. And the pitch. This one's fouled off. So Bentley Sutherland takes over for Jason Canto out there in right field. There's that happened in between innings. Coming set is Allen, winds and delivers, and this one's popped up foul and into the stands, out of play. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Hayden Allen ahead in the count here. Can he use it to his advantage He's got Whittington. I guess they've got a Whittington to go down once today with a line out into left field. Hit it right at the left fielder, Mitchell Watson. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Inside corner, called strike 3. And Braxton Whittington goes down looking for strikeout number 2 from Hayden Allen and out number 1 of the inning. So Hayden Allen, after trying to use that strikeout to his advantage here, comes set, checks the runner, and delivers. And this is a hot shot that'll get past Ketchel as he was guarding the bag. 1 run will come home to score. Rounding first, taking a long look at second there is Andreessen, but he will drive home Reed Ryan. And it is a 1-out RBI single for Talon Andreessen. So that is Andreessen's second RBI of the day and makes it an 20-0 lead, excuse me. So 3 more runs here in the third for Colby, and they lead it 20-0. And now here is Max Kernsbach as he has a pitch that is thrown over his head. So 1 ball and no strikes now. And here's the next pitch. Kernsbach will duck out of the way from getting hit. Count goes to 2 balls and no strikes here on Max Kernsbach, who has been out at the plate 3 times today, has walked once, reached via an error, and grounded out to third. Has scored a run twice and also has a stolen base. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled off. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike, and give it to Colby. They are hitting the heck out of the ball today. Just been able to come up with hit after hit after hit, especially with 2 strikes. And head coach Todd Kane has got to be liking that. Here's the pitch. Swung on and belted high and deep out into left field. Mitchell Watson looks up, and it is gone. Second home run of the inning. This time it comes from Max Kernsbach, and the Eagles make it 22-0. And the open spaces truck that is out there in left center got a loud bang on top of it, and it's courtesy of Max Kernsbach. So second home run of the inning. This time it goes to left field with the wind, kind of like you would expect, as after Stramel hit that one into the wind and right, but that'll make it 22-0. And Josh Fortin comes out to talk with Hayden Allen and is leaving him in the game here. So 22-0 in the top of the third. So Hayden Allen back on the rubber once more. Gets ready now to face Braden Foss. And the first pitch to Braden Foss is swung right through and a miss. So Colby, who came in, had not hit a home run or had an inside the park home run yet this year, has now tattooed 2 in the same inning. One from Kernsbach, the other from Kason Stramel. And here's the pitch, and this one's on the outside corner for a ball. 1 down, top of the third inning, 22-0. Colby here. Game number 1 at 2. We'll have game number 2 coming up about 15-20 minutes after game number 1 concludes. Allen holding the laces, comes set at the chest, winds and delivers, and that pitch is behind the hitter Foss, and will roll up against the backstop. And so the count, once again, is 2 balls and 1 strike. So Foss will dig back in. Foss had himself a day, couple of hits. Has scored all 3 times he's reached base. That one's on the dirt for a ball. Count goes to 3-1. Foss in the first in his 2 plate appearances was hit by a pitch, singled and drove home a run, and then in the second is 1 time up, singled and drove home 2 runs. And again, that was all with 2 outs this time. Colby started without the 2 outs on the scoreboard. They just got 1 so far in the inning. The pitch to that one is in the dirt, outside for ball number 4. So Braden Foss walks. It's the 5th one today from Hayden Allen. Just 1 from starter Caden Shaw for now a total of 6 on the day. Here for the Red Devil pitching staff, which, like I mentioned, you got to think that was certainly a topic of discussion over the past couple of practices. Got to keep those walks down. This one's popped up high, making its way into the outfield, and Bryson Ketchroll runs underneath it to make the catch for out number 2. As just as I was talking about that, Corbin Curry steps up and pops out to the second baseman, Bryson Ketchroll. And so Talon Ork will step up here as the 9th man up for Colby. And after a second inning in which he did keep the rally going, will now try to do it again. He was the final out of the first. And in the second, got a single to keep the inning going. And this time fouls off the first pitch. Out of play. Count now 0-1. Here on Talon Work. So 2 outs away in each inning. In the first and the second, the Red Devils were from limiting some damage and just couldn't do it. And again, I can't stress it enough, the 2-strike hitting today from Colby has been some of the best that I'm sure Oberlin will see all year round. And some of the best that Todd Kane has, I'm sure, seen from his team on this young year. So no balls and 2 strikes here to Talon Ward. Runner on first base. With 2 down in the inning. Hayden checks the runner over at first, comes set of the chest, winds and delivers. That one's outside for a ball. The count will go to 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner on first base, 22-0. And the scoring in the inning, besides a single and an RBI, has come off of a couple of homers. 4 of the 5 of the inning off of home runs. And the pitch. That one's on the inside corner. Called! Strike 3! Ring him up. Talon Wart for the second time today is down on strikes. This time looking, it's Hayden Allen's 3rd strikeout, and it sends us to the home half of the 3rd. So we are through 2.5 here from Oberlin. It is Colby 22, Oberlin 0. Here on 101.1 KFNF.
There is a difference between going to the bank and going to the bank. When you go to the bank, it's just...
Hello, welcome to the bank. How can we bore you?
But when you go to the bank...
Hi, welcome to the bank. How can we help you?
And that help is offered to you in 13 northern Kansas locations to help your financial goals become a reality. From services and loans to state-of-the-art financial products, come to where the difference is better. The Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
With the right touch, bent metal, shattered glass, and twisted frames can be restored to their original glory. At Creative Collision, they have one simple mantra: repair, restore, renew. It's about taking damaged vehicles and transforming them into something sleek, smooth, and safe. Comprehensive auto body repair and restoration. Available exclusively at Creative Collision in Oberlin, Kansas. Revive it, drive it, and love it. Call for an estimate at 785-470-2130 or visit Creative Collision's virtual garage online at creativecollisionoberlin.com.
The Red Devils play here on today's best country, 101.1 KFNF.
Welcome back here from Oberlin, bottom of the 3rd. Oberlin trying to come up with 7 runs to make this a 14-run deficit, I guess. Looking for a little bit more than that. Make it come up with about 8 runs here in the inning to keep the game going. And the first pitch here to pinch hitter Theodore Butterfield is swung on and missed as Corbin Curry makes his way out for his 3rd inning of work. Has had a couple of ace runners against him today, but got out of it last inning with a double play. That one's in there for a strike, and the count goes here to no balls and 2 strikes. Oberlin did a good job putting bat on ball last inning, but just couldn't find some holes. And here is the pitch, and Theo will swing through that one for a strike. And a strikeout, fourth of the day for Corbin Curry. So Curry, who came in with just one inning of work on the young season and had not recorded a walk or a strikeout, has recorded 4 strikeouts and no walks today. So I'm sure he likes that in his first start of the year. Curry likes the first sign he gets, comes set, and delivers to 9-hole hitter Garrett Emick, who swings right through the first pitch for strike number 1. This count goes to no balls here and 1 strike. And the 0-1 pitch is in there for strike number 2. So count goes to no balls, 2 strikes. 1 down in the bottom of the 3rd inning, 22-0 Colby. And Curry, swing and a miss, strike number 3. So 6 pitches in the inning for Curry. All of them have got a swing and a miss, except for 1. And it's back to the top of the order here for Caden Sowers, who is the lone hit today for the Red Devils. So Caden on the day 1 of 1 with a single, made it to second on a wild pitch, but then was left stranded there in the top of the bottom of the 1st inning. First pitch he sees is off speed and in for a strike. I think Caden looking more for the fastball there. Digs back in. And here's the pitch. Caden swings, rolls it over towards third. Picked up, through the glove of Weinman. And Caden Sowers is on with the E5. And the Red Devils trying to start a little bit of a rally here in inning number 3, as Hayden Allen will now step up to the plate. So Caden on for the 2nd time today, this time via the air, and Weinman came in to field that one and looked like he had it, but a dust cloud kind of picked up in front of it, and then before you knew it, it was under his glove. Here's the pitch, and Allen swings right through it, picked down to first base, and back in time is Caden Sowers. So Sowers back in time over there at first. Sowers on first, 2 down. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 22-0 Colby. Coming set is Curry, picks back over to first and back in time, and a cloud of dust is Caden Sowers. And I say cloud of dust because the wind has continued to pick up here, as it's went from just a gentle breeze every once in a while to a gentle breeze constantly, and now kind of a constant breeze, as that one will hit the legs of Hayden Allen, and he will be on to first base. So a 2-out rally maybe here for Oberlin. Colby has scored pretty much every single one of their runs but 5 with 2 outs today. And Oberlin trying to maybe do the same here at the bottom of the 3rd with the runners on first and second. Pitch to Mitchell Watson. He swings right through that. Swings through the off-speed pitch. The sun has been peeking through all afternoon through some gray clouds, and looks like we do have blue skies to the north of us, so we'll most likely be seeing blue skies and sunshine throughout the rest of this game and into game 2. The pitch, and that one's down the middle. The pick back to second base, and Sowers is back in time. So the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Oberlin down to their final strike and out in game number 1. And Mitchell Wasson trying to keep the rally going here with 2 down and runners on first and second base. Curry comes set. Looking at Sowers over at second, winds and delivers, and Wasson pops this one up, foul and out of play. So the count remains at no balls and 2 strikes here for Mitchell Wasson, and Mitch on the year 0 for 2 coming into today, now 0 for 3 with a strikeout in the first, but does have a walk and a stolen base on the season. And here is the 0-2 pitch from Curry, off speed and high. Pick back down to first base. Allen back in time. Yes, just barely. Great job there by catcher Stramel to get it over. And on the throw, Caden Sowers recognizing that throw was going down to first, and so he takes over at third. So now it's runners at the corners with 2 down, a 1-2 count to Wasson. Here's the pitch. Wasson takes inside for ball 2 to even it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. 22-0. Colby in the 3rd. So deuces wild for the most part. Stepping off the back of the rubber is Curry. And now Stramel has came out of his squat and has went into a couple of signs. And now goes behind it, trying to signify where he's going to throw if Caden Sowers dares to come home. And here is the pitch, and off-speed called, strike 3. And that'll do it, but that is the inning and the game no matter what happens here. So the Red Devils will not get a run there because it was a strikeout, but the game comes to a close. So Colby wins game number 1 by a final score of 22-0. We'll head to game number 2 here in about 15 to 20 minutes, but we'll take a break, come back with your post-game numbers and thoughts as Colby takes game 1 today of this doubleheader 22-0 on 101.1 KFNF.
Banking should be simple and convenient. With FNB Bank, it is. Whether online, by phone, or with a debit card, accessing your money has never been easier. Imagine managing your finances from the comfort of your home or on the go with just a few taps. FNB Bank in Oberlin, Kansas makes it all possible, ensuring you have control of your banking 24/7. Experience the convenience of modern banking with FNB Bank. Visit fnbbank.com today. Trust. Earning yours is Ward Drug's top priority. Their expert team in downtown Oberlin, Kansas provides diabetic supplies, home medical equipment, braces, and crutches. They offer sports medical supplies to keep you active and healthy. Independently owned and operated, they ensure personalized care with every visit. From your daily needs to specialized medical equipment, Ward Drug has you covered. Visit warddrugstore.com or call 785-475-2285 or even stop in downtown Oberlin. Ward Drug, your trusted partner in health and wellness.
Luck is on your side this March at United Northwest Federal Credit Union. Save big on a 2015 or newer vehicle loan with rates as low as 5% APR. Treat yourself with a new vehicle or refinance your current vehicle loan from another lender. This offer ends March 31st, so don't delay. Let UNWFCU save you some green this spring. Special terms and conditions apply. Rates are subject to increase. NCUA insured, equal housing lender.
Here come the men in black trucks for all your home needs.
AquaShield Roofing not only offers roofing for residential and business, but siding, guttering, insulation, windows and doors, construction and remodeling too. Plus, AquaShield Roofing offers a workmanship warranty. For your free estimate, give them a call, 785-475-2533. AquashieldRoofing.com.
Here come the men in black trucks for all your home needs.
Today on Hey Culligan, smooth skin and soft hair comes from where? Here's Mike.
Hey Culligan, I've tried every conditioner, lotion, and body wash known to man, and my skin still feels like sandpaper.
It could be your water, Mike.
Oh, that's harsh.
More like hard water. Are you interested in smart, high-efficiency water softeners from Culligan Water?
Huh?
Want baby smooth skin and soft, luxurious hair?
Yeah, can you hurry? I have a date tonight.
We're already on the way, Mike.
Call Matt Hossmeyer at 785-475-2471. Your local dealer for Rollins, Decatur, and Morton counties.
The Red Devils play here on today's best country, 101.1 KFNF.
Game number 1 in the books here from Oberlin. It is Colby flexing their muscles in game 1 with a 22-0 win. Take you through your final numbers. Colby, we'll start inning by inning. Colby led after the first 11-0. They tack on 6 more in the second to make it 17-0, and then 5 more in the third to add on and get the win 22-0. Oberlin did have a base runner in every single inning and had one on third base. And had one on third base there in the third inning of the game number 2, but came up just a little bit short of getting him home as Mitchell Wasson struck out looking to end the game. I'll take you through some numbers. We'll start pitching-wise. Corbin Curry today finishes pitching 3 innings, giving up 1 hit, no runs, none earned, No walks and 6 strikeouts on the day for Curry. He did hit one batter. The Eagles go for 22 runs, 14 hits. They do commit 2 errors. As for the Red Devils, 2 pitchers pitched today for the Red Devil pitching staff. Caden Shaw started the game. He did 1 inning of pitching, giving up 6 hits, 11 runs, 10 earned, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. He did hit 3 batters today. And Hayden Allen pitched 2 innings, gave up 8 hits, 11 runs, 10 earned, 5 walks, and 3 strikeouts for Hayden Allen here today. The Red Devils finished with no runs on 1 hit and 2 errors. So that'll wrap things up for game number 1. Colby takes it 22-0. We'll have game number 2 starting here at about 10-15 minutes. Take you back to some regular programming. For those of you watching on the stream, we'll end the stream and get the second one up and going here momentarily as well. So once again, game number 1 goes to the Eagles by a final score of 22-0. I'm Sam Knowles signing off, and we'll be back with game number 2 coming up here in about 10 to 15 minutes.
Southwest Nebraska's best country. We are